Audi Q7 2015 present. When the original 7-seat Audi Q7 was introduced in 2006, it immediately became a popular choice for those looking for a luxury SUV with a premium badge. However, this second-generation Q7 is a far better SUV that's nicer to drive, more comfortable, and noticeably more spacious. What's more, used examples are more affordable, with prices beginning around £25,000. The Q7 offers several engine options, mostly powered by diesel. The most common is the 3.0 TDI diesel in 218 bhp and 272 bhp forms. There's also a plug-in hybrid e-tron version with 34 miles of electric range. All of these models feel slow in comparison to the mighty SQ7, however, with its 429 bhp 4-liter V6 diesel engine. Later models, from 2019 onwards, featured the same 3-liter diesel with 228 bhp and 282 bhp, now known as the 45 TDI and the 50 TDI, plus a 335 bhp 55 TFSI petrol version or a 376 bhp 55 TFSI plug-in hybrid. The SQ continued on with the same power output. There are two trim levels on the earlier cars, SE and S-Line. Both are handsomely equipped. SE comes with sat-nav, Bluetooth, dual-zone climate control and xenon headlights, while S-Line brings more aggressive styling and larger 20-inch alloy wheels. The e-tron and SQ7 come in their own bespoke trims. Post-facelift 2019 onwards models became Sport and S-Line. Both got matrix LED headlights as standard, as well as air suspension. Black Edition models have 4-zone climate and 21-inch alloys, while Vorsprung has every option thrown at it. The standard suspension is a touch firm around town, but at high speeds, the ride only jars if you hit a particularly sharp bump. We'd still recommend you seek out a car equipped with the air suspension though, because this transforms the Q7 into not just the best riding car in its class, but one of the best in any class or budget. Black Edition and Vorsprung trims get a sportier air suspension setup, and it shouldn't come as a surprise that this doesn't smother bumps quite as well. All engines offer plenty of oomph, and the e-tron and 55 TFSI, despite each car's eco-focus and the additional weight of their batteries, feel even quicker when their batteries are fully charged, thanks to the instant grunt the electric motors provide. The SQ7 is particularly rapid, although we'd argue that its sheer power is a bit excessive for family duties. All Q7s come as standard with 4-wheel drive, so there's plenty of traction. Regular versions allow a little bit more body lean through corners, but they are still far more agile and better tied down than a Land Rover Discovery. The SQ7 has a trick anti-roll system that makes it handle like a hot hatch, albeit one that weighs 2 tons. The additional weight of the batteries in the e-tron can make it feel a bit ponderous and unwieldy though. There's a healthy dose of luxury to the interior, making it a really comfortable place to spend time, and it's supremely well made. There's a smorgasbord of soft-touch materials and well-damped switches. Any harder plastics are restricted to less noticeable locations. Radial metal or wood, if you prefer, inlays only add to the Class C ambience. There's a brilliant infotainment system, at least on the earlier cars. It's second only to BMW's equivalent for ease of use, so pairing phones or programming the sat-nav is a doddle. With this system, a high-definition 8.3-inch screen rises from the top of the dashboard and is controlled using buttons and a simple rotary controller on the center console. There's also a touchpad that allows you to handwrite instructions. This is handy when programming an address into the sat-nav. However, post-lift models switched to a fiddler touchscreen arrangement that is still good, but not as easy to use as the earlier system. You'll enjoy an excellent driving position with a commanding view over the long bonnet. Even those well over 6 feet tall will find the Q7 roomy in the front. Headroom is very generous. The seat slides back a long way to deliver lots of leg room, and there's loads of elbow room. Getting in and out of the second row seats is easy, thanks to large door apertures and slim sills. The Q7 offers a few centimeters more leg room than the BMW X5 and Land Rover Discovery, and virtually matches that of the Volvo XC90. Really tall adults will only want to sit in the 2 rearmost seats for the short trips, but anyone under 6 feet tall won't feel too cramped. They are certainly roomier than the third-row seats in the BMW X5 and Mercedes GLE. A Discovery is a better bet if you regularly need to carry 7 adults, but at least the Q7 has more cargo space behind the third row when the seats are up. Although it's not aimed at the off-road brigade, it's worth checking the underside of any Q7 for damage that might have been incurred on the rough stuff. Check the bodywork carefully, because this is a large car that will have been used in tight urban spaces. Also check the alloy wheels for damage. So far reported problems are few. Most center around the non-engine electrics, so make sure the electrical goodies work as they should. On top of that, spare parts are expensive, although there are a number of independent specialists who will look after your Q7 for prices that are generally cheaper than an Audi main dealer's. Oil might escape from a faulty joint in the gearbox oil line of Q7s manufactured from September 1st and December 31st, 2019. Speak to an Audi dealer to find if your car is affected, because the line will need to be replaced to solve the problem. There have been issues reported regarding the front shock absorber forks on Q7s built from November 27th and December 18th, 2018. Check with an Audi dealer if your Q7 is among those affected, because the forks will need to be replaced if it is. In the event of a collision, the third-row seats of some Q7 constructed between May 1st, 2015 and September 30th, 2016 could deform. An additional support bracket can be installed at an Audi dealer to prevent this from occurring. The locking mechanism in the front headrests might not function correctly in examples made from July 1st to September 30th, 2019 and will need to be replaced. Speak to an Audi dealer for further information. A small number of Q7 models built between June 1st, 2015 and February 28th, 2019 could have a problem where the bolts connecting the steering rack and steering shaft can work loose. Speak to an Audi dealer to find out if your vehicle is affected by this, because it'll need to be inspected by a technician if it is. A heating element in front of the forward-facing camera in the windscreen can overheat in some examples manufactured from August 1st to November 14th. 2019. If yours is affected, it'll need to have modifications carried out by a technician at an Audi dealer and also have updated software installed. Certain Q7, though very few, might have faulty crash sensors fitted in both of the car's front doors. These are connected to its side airbags. Only 31 examples are said to have been affected by this recall, which was issued in 2020. The sensors can be checked by an Audi dealer and, if faulty, be replaced at no cost to you. One or more nuts that do not meet the specifications might have been fitted on the rear axle suspension links. This recall issued in 2021 is said to have affected 10,089 vehicles and can be resolved by contacting your local Audi dealer and having the problem fixed at no cost to owners. Our latest reliability data shows the Q7 to be a dependable used car. It received a rating of 96.6%. Audi as a brand came 18th out of 30 manufacturers in the same survey, which isn't terrible, not terrific. Both versions of the standard 3.0 TDI engines are relatively smooth and powerful, yet manage reasonable official fuel economy. Our pick is the higher powered of the two engine options. The 272 because it offers great performance whether you are in town or on the motorway. It's incredibly smooth and quiet, even when pushed hard, and isn't much pricier to buy and run than the lesser TDI 218. The same holds true of the later versions, from which we'd pick the 50 TDI Quattro. The cheaper of the two trims, SE, is handsomely equipped with sat-nav, Bluetooth, dual-zone climate control, and xenon headlights. S-Line brings larger 20-inch alloy wheels that do nothing for the ride comfort. Later S-Line models came with the air suspension as standard and ride so well that we'd plump for this trim on the post-facelift models. Our favorite Audi Q7 3.0 TDI 272 SE. Well, if you are the owner of this car, then please describe the problem that you had to face during the operation of the car. Perhaps it is your feedback that will help viewers when choosing a car. That's it for today. Thanks everyone for attention. It isn't much work for you to subscribe to the channel. See you soon.